McFarlane Toys continues to crank out a ton of stuff. This week, we've got some pre orders, we've got some previews, and maybe even some really essential league figures that got dropped today as well. It's a lot to break down. I don't need to hype it up. Let's get into it all right now. What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Figure Files. Bang, bang. Yep, the Niners are playing tonight, which means I'm on radio silence during the live. No news about the Niners. I'm just going to stay focused with the live tonight. And then I'm going to watch it. So please, if you're watching this before the game, don't mention a single catch. I will watch it all after our live. But let's talk about McFarlane Toys. They continue to be the most prolific company, constantly breaking out new figures, showing new stuff, having more things out for pre-order, available for purchase faster than everybody else. You got to give them that, if absolutely nothing else. Today, we got the drop of the much anticipated latest wave of the Super Friends, and this is a pretty good one. If we didn't have a Batman variant, there's still major characters we still need to see, and we don't need a variant of Batman in here, even in the Super Friends line. And he's not the first one. So let's take a look. They are going oh so quickly. My affiliate, Entertainment Earth. And I was just about to say you should get the case, but that is also pre-sold out. It's just not grayed out yet. But let's take a look at him real fast. Here's Aquaman. I mean, this is straight out of the cartoon. This looks great. They did a really nice job. Love the work on the scales. It's not a whole bunch, but you can see with the card art, pretty accurate to how he actually showed up in the cartoon. He's got his JLA communicator, just a nice figure. He won't be able to hit this pose, which is somewhat disappointing, but it's a fun addition to your Super Friends collection. I'm loving these figures. I haven't gotten any yet. I went to Books a Million. They made it feel like, okay, I don't need to rush out to get all these guys just yet, but I will be getting them because they do look cool. And he, of course, is one of the few sold out for this wave. Let's do this. And let's take a look at Brainiac. Also, a really cool one. I really hope we get this guy in the standard 7-inch line because I got to have him in this look. And then we still need the robot version too. So, robot. He's a robot. We need the full on metallic robot with the creepy skull head and all that good stuff. But this one we need as well. And come on, this is just so cool. And then you look from here. Maybe his green is a little off, although I think the figure looks better than this card art, which I think is a little bit too green. Anyway, he's got a ray gun, he's got a communicator, great stuff. And this head sculpt for Brainiac is pretty solid. So really like how he turned out. Good work, McFarlane crew on that one. Let's see if I can just make this easy. Let's go to Zan. He's another one sold out. I don't think they'll be that hard to get once November rolls around, but he's sold out right now for pre-order. But he looks pretty good. Love the purple eyes. Got his collar. I'm still confused why. I mean, it looks like we've got a Zan wrench, but I'm just confused as to why he has that. I mean, again, a water bucket, some sort of water thing would have made more sense. I don't quite understand that accessory. And anyway, he looks solid. I mean, scale's not going to be an issue here. He's going to look the same height as Superman and everybody else. But it's very cool to see the Wonder Twins in action. And I'm pretty sure Jaina is a GameStop exclusive. I will check that shortly. But let's just go through here the easy way for the rest of the line. Here's Bizarro. He also has a ray gun. And yeah, he looks really cool. I love the work they did on his head sculpt. That is cool. And he's got the soft goods cape. There's Bizarro Batman, a truly, truly unnecessary figure in this line, in this wave. Don't need him. Brainiac, we absolutely do. And then there you go with Zan. And there's the whole crew. Love all but one. And I just said which one I can't stand. So let me check real fast to see if GameStop is on top of things, because as we all know, sometimes nothing is available and nothing's in stock for them. They can't find it. If you want to order it, good luck. But I think, yeah, boy. So doing a very quick, fast, and a hurry search. Let's see how we're looking over here on McFarlane stuff over at GameStop. So you can see Lex Luthor, Superman, Cheetah, Flash still there. Now we've got all of these guys. Let's see, is Aquaman still in stock here? He is still available. We sold out over at Entertainment Earth, but you can still pre-order him here from GameStop. So that's good to know. Then let's see. Zan is here, Captain Cold, Batman, not Bizarre Batman. Note the cheaper price for regular Batman, and there's Toy Man. So they look like they've got everything except for Green Lantern. Here he is right here. And Riddler is available as well? No, he is unavailable. About to get excited here and put the pre-order in right now. Oh, here she goes. Right here. Let's see. She is also not available. So she and Gleek are sold out. I think the one good thing is you'll probably find these at your local GameStop, so no need to panic just yet. You should be available. But there you go. So she's there. I think she is just limited to GameStop. So you're not going to be able to find her in your local stores somewhere else. You're going to have to go to GameStop to get her. But that's not all for the McFarlane drops today, because there was more stuff. And this is pretty cool. This came to us courtesy of Spawn Toys 209 over on Instagram. And he's got some cool drops, including Dark Flash. Let's take a look real fast here. Let me do it this way and go through all this, because of course I have to log in, even though I'm already logged in. Let's do that again very slowly. Great. I hate having to do this all the time. Anyway, here you go. Dark Flash, better colors. And this is the red platinum version. This is a pretty cool looking figure. I mean, look at that. Crazy work on those head sculpts. That's pretty solid. Good work there. And just looks really creepy. I think they did a nice job on this figure. Do I need this buck of the Flash in this one? Maybe not, but it does look pretty cool. And these extra head sculpts do really help sell that. Here is a look at, let's go to this guy next. Sandman, easily one of my biggest disappointments that they've done this year, especially when you look at Dr. Midnight, Wildcat, some of the other Justice Society members we've gotten in this line. To get this version of Sandman, it doesn't really play well with those. It's a huge disappointment. Maybe he'll get a red platinum where he gets the cape and more of a buttoned up suit. I'd really like to see that. But here he is. And you can see this is from that modern Sandman, Riley Rossmo, Drew, I believe. And it's not a bad book. Don't hate it. But I don't love this look because it's just a little too boring. And then there's the thing at the head. Is it too small underneath this gas mask, which seems overly huge for this whole deal? I don't know. But then the gem of this set of releases, the red platinum Guardian. And I really like the gold. He is gold. Unlike some of the other characters, there's more yellow. This looks really good with him. And they've got their reference card art to like, look, we got it right this time. So good for them. Love them work on the helmet. That looks good. The texture here, this is using that Green Lantern mold. Maybe the texture doesn't make a lot of sense since this should be armor, but whatever. They've got to work with what they've got. Love the shield. That's cool. And yes, I'm really happy with how he turned out. Nice work. Of course, we're not going to get the same amount of details that you would want. The belt is missing. I always feel like they should start photoshopping some of the details out so their figure doesn't look so inaccurate. Like the mask here, it's whited out. The eyes are whited out here, but then wide open here. I don't know why they do that kind of stuff. It just seems a little bit neglectful. Just like, hey, pay attention and focus to how the figure, the reference art that you're using shows the figure, and color in the spots if you need to, like that dreadful Wildcat AI. So then there was more stuff because it was just a bunch of stuff coming from McFarlane today. And these are the pre-orders that are going to be available next week, starting on Thursday, a week from today, and Friday as part of Walmart Collector Con. And first up is the glow-in-the-dark mega figure of Bane. Now, this is one where I'm kind of like, this is a cool looking mega fig. And the glow-in-the-dark potential for him could be pretty cool because, as you can see here with this card art, as we go here, if he actually glows in the dark, and those elements and those, the belt and the venom injection site definitely looks like it glows in the dark. And if his veins are actually glowing green with venom, that's pretty cool. And I still don't have a Bane. I think this might be my one to get. I didn't get the one in the two pack with Batman, the Nightfall version, because I didn't need a beat up version of Bruce Wayne. But this, I really feel like, okay, y'all might have sold me getting this version of Bane because the glow in the dark one, pretty cool. And Bane with all the lit up elements of his the venom going through. I mean, this would be a pretty cool glow in the dark figure, and he would stand up pretty tall. I'm like, what is that nightlight? Oh, that's just my glow in the dark Bane. So I'm really interested in this one. I think this is cool. Now, most of these Walmart Collector Con edition figures did look pretty interesting. Now, the next one, probably the least interesting of the whole bunch, it's the Nightmare DC Multiverse Superman. This is from Gladiator Superman during that really fun run that Philip Kennedy Johnson was writing. Really good stuff. They've repainted it black. And like I said, they've actually changed the card art here to fit how it looks. He's not wearing any clothes. He's just got the shield. And he's got tights or shorts. But they've thrown on some boots here as well. So this is a really interesting outfit they've got. I think this Superman has a different head sculpt because I don't feel like that was what it looked like on that original Superman. Anyway, he's got a gold accent shield. These are pretty cool accessories, but this is just one of those variant deals that I don't know if they needed to do. Surely there's a few other cool Superman variations they could have done instead, but there's that one. I'm not really intrigued with it, but $30, we'll see. I bet this one will hit clearance pretty soon because I don't know if there's a huge demand for it. But next up is one that I am very curious about, and I know a Jokerized figure. This is lame. But the cool thing here, and I think this is going to solve a problem that I've had, and you can see like the detail work on him. Not bad. He's got the big Joker smile. It's pretty solid for a Jokerized Superman. And I like that, but he's using that really great Superman body. Now, this could solve a big problem. He's got the chains, and I kind of dig this because it's got the what? Me worried? I've got the kryptonite chains, which would be a good accessory. I don't have those either, so those would be pretty helpful. What I'm really seeing this figure beneficial for me in my collection, though, is finally being able to replace a figure that was really great, except for one problem. And I'm talking about this guy who you can still add to your cart now, the Bizarro, Retro Bizarro, Bizarro number one. Great head sculpt. Love the fact that he's got a soft cape, but he's using that really old Superman mold. So he's tiny. How tiny? This tiny. This is that Superman mold that they're using for the Jokerized Superman. And this is Bizarro, the retro one. You can see how scrawny he is next to Superman. Now, next to this Superman, he's fine. But this is the classic definitive version of Superman. And I feel like most of our collections at this point. And we needed a Bizarro that matched up with him. Granted, I'm gonna have to find some sort of way to make a sticker and swap that out here to get this reverse Superman logo or shield and just flip it down, make it have that reverse mirror look for Bizarro. But I can use this sign, I can use the head sculpt because it's not that different from this look. So I don't have to worry about the hands, which I still think I could swap if I needed to, but everything else fits in just fine. And I'm trying to remember, does his cape, does it have the backwards S? It does. I have to borrow this as well, but it's soft goods as well. So I'll just throw that on. But this is really going to fix the problem because, I mean, man, look at this. Bizarro shouldn't be shorter than Lex Luthor. And he shouldn't be just barely bigger than Riddler. So we're going to fix the real issue. I'm excited about this because when I got this Superman or Bizarro figure, I was like, this Superman mold was great back in the day. But now that we've got this far superior Superman mold, this will be so much better. I mean, look at this. This is such a better version of Superman. And being able to swap all these Bizarro parts onto this body, and again, just going to have to flip that sign and swap the cape. I'm excited about adding this. So this is going to be the first time that I get hit and actually want to get a Jokerized version of any of these figures. Granted, $30 is probably too much because they always hit clearance. So I'm looking forward to doing that. But yeah, I'm actually going to get this one because I can finally make a better Bizarro. Next up, let's see, here's Man Bat. Deluxe action figure version of the Batman the animated series version. Solid looking figure. He's $40. I'm not sure how everybody is with their collection. of the animated series figures, but this is a solid version of Man Bat. I haven't gotten any of these figures, so I don't have like a bat in this race whatsoever, but I think it looks pretty decent. Then my guy David Thanos sent me, oops, sorry, before I get there, there's another one. Emerald Twilight Green Lantern. Now, this is an action figure gold level cover recreation. We've seen this with the Kingdom Come Superman, but this one, my thoughts on the cell shading, which I always love, and I think this looks really, really, really cool here with Green Lantern. But check out this head sculpt. They got the maniacal craze. Hal Jordan. I've got all the rings. That's pretty solid. I'm really impressed with how they've captured this look. And that's not one of those deals where you could just kind of use all the time, but this is really cool. And I dig this. And this could almost fit in with your Return of Superman collection, sort of, kind of. But yeah, I love the cell shading. That is really fun stuff. Maybe I'll use this one because I know a lot of us took one of those Tomare Abensor figures and just plopped on the Silver Age Hal Jordan head. Here you go. But now you can use this one if you wanted. And it's got some comic book love on it as well. Check out, this is the cover. I mean, look at that. They did a great job of capturing that look. And I don't know if we've seen it done to that extent before with these cover recreations, but that's really well done. Let's go here. Now let's make that image a little bit bigger so we can actually see all the stuff. But check it out. So you don't even have to have this as your evil Hal because it's got the hand sculpts where you've got just one ring and clean hands except for that black there. But I really love the cell shading. I'm a sucker for that. I think it really looks good on his outfit. Like, that is cool. And then a little green doesn't matter here on this outfit. So very cool. We got some swirls. Nothing really fun with those. But then we've got the lantern. And of course, I'm going to have to swap out the head. But this is a really, really cool cover recreation. And I think this is one of the better things that they've done just in terms of mixing it up, giving us something different. And the head sculpt is just, again, really superb. $29.99. Not bad. I could see grabbing this one just because that cell shading is just really, really cool. Now, the last thing, David Thanos sent me this and was like, hey, have you seen this? And here you go. So maybe one of my wish list items is actually going to get knocked out with Cheetah. Now, this looks to be their lithograph versions where there's absolutely nothing. And on the back, we'll probably see Crisis on Infinite Earth cover number 8. This is the pose. This is the issue that she was in for that. And here's Extent from 0 Hour. We've got Superman. It kind of makes sense to throw him in here as well. And I'm trying to, of course, this is a very low res image, but solid work on that. And looks like they've got the design for his boots, his thigh high boots down. This looks like, again, another use of that Abensor Tomare body, all the texture, high boots. But I think it works fine for him. And he's got the soft goods cape, which is always good. Cheetah comes with everything she really needs. She's got faceplate. She's got the cocky smirk, the anguished, ready to strike expression. She's got claw hands, and then she's got like kind of small gripping hands, which is solid. So this is actually legit. I'm very excited about this. So these are two really solid reveals, and hopefully we'll get some more news on them soon. Maybe as soon as next week during New York Comic Con. Very exciting times. What do you all think about these reveals? Are you intrigued by any of the Walmart Collector Con options? Are you getting into the new wave of Super Friends? And are you, like me, really hoping that Cheetah and Extent are legit figures and not just some really amazing customs? Let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again later on for the regular Thursday Night Live. So we'll see you then. But until then, this episode of the House Figure Files has been filed.